Hi, everybody. I'm Steve the Medium, and with me today I have Darrian. How you doing today, Darrian?
I'm doing good, Steve. What about you?
I'm doing good. So I want to thank you for taking the time to let me do a reading for the YouTube crowd. And yeah, so we're just going to kind of dive right into it. Do you have any questions before we start?
I do not.
Okay, yeah. So you and I do actually know each other. I've read for you before on Twitch, um, but you decided to take part in the 15-minute medium read. So we're just going to jump right into that. Okay.
Okay.
Right. So first and foremost, you've got a couple people coming through. You have a grandmotherly figure. You have what I'm going to guess is her husband, her grandfather, your grandfather, because it's a male energy that comes in holding her hand. Um, and I don't know who this other person is. It's another male energy. Um, it's this could be an uncle. This could be a cousin. Maybe not even someone who's part of the family, but they're younger than your grandfather. So this would be somebody below your grandfather in the generational gap.
Okay.
So I don't know who this person is. They're there, but they're not really speaking. So you have someone that just kind of watches over you. Doesn't like to speak though. So first things is that all right, so kind of getting this out of the way, you and I have discussed that you're moving, and I actually thought you were going to be on a bus today,
I will be later tonight.
later today.
Yes.
Okay, all right. And it's normal to have anxiety about this and whatnot, but there's like a lot of like it's almost like your grandma almost feels like she is your mom.
Yeah.
Okay,
That
um, where she is coming across where it's like, okay, you need to be really careful. You need to make sure you're not sitting around anybody. You need to make sure
yep.
you're paying attention. You stay awake. You don't fall asleep on the bus. You don't miss your stop. Like it's all that like motherly affection.
Yep. That was her.
Okay, but it's like a little overboard, like being overprotective.
That was her.
Okay, um, and your grandfather is more along the lines of, "Will you just like let him be?" Like
Yep.
he's got this type of a thing. Like I kind of feel like your grandfather was the one that kept grandma in check as far as not going overboard with things.
Definitely.
Okay, but grandma was definitely the more vocal of the two. So if you were going to put those two in a room and people had to decide, and they, if they were to have to go on stage together to deliver a speech, grandma's delivering the speech, and grandpa's making sure she just doesn't run her mouth overtime. And
Yep.
that's the way it comes through. Um, I don't know who this is, and I'm probably gonna get the name wrong. But it's definitely a J name, and it's for a female, and it's someone by the name of Julie. Do you know someone named Julie?
I not to my knowledge.
Okay, and that's okay. Um, I keep hearing Julie, but again, it's not the actual name. It could be just a J sounding name that's female.
Yeah.
Um, I'm being told this is actually someone that you've had contact with prior, and that will be coming back into your life. Now, this isn't like something that's going to be romantic. I mean, it could turn into it, but this is one of those you're going to start rekindling some friendships.
Okay.
Okay, so by doing what you're doing, you're changing a lot of things.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're opening up doors.
Okay.
Okay, does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, and as you're doing that, and you're changing things up, some things from your past are going to come and repeat. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. This is a chance to kind of reform old friendships or get in contact with, maybe people that you didn't even think would ever want to be a friend. Okay, so we can think of like school, classmates. We can think of, old coworkers, whichever. But it's definitely a female with a J name.
Okay.
Okay. Um, your grandmother's kind of funny. She kept saying people need to appreciate my baby for who he is, and they should start being friends with him. Um, so she wanted to get that out of the way, and now she's talking about things with family. And she's saying that things have actually over the past few days where they're supposed to be nicer and calmer, it almost seems like things have become more tense.
Yeah.
Um, it's coming across like, there's either petty bickering or it's almost like your family doesn't exactly know what to do with itself right
Yep.
now. Okay, you have one parent who has absolutely no idea why you're doing what you're doing or why you're wanting to go, and another one that's like, okay, just let him go, you know. And then there's a sibling that's involved with this that is completely confused and thinks almost like someone's playing a prank on them, like you're not actually going.
Okay.
So that they're hoping for something at the end where you're going to change your mind and not go.
Okay.
Okay, I know that's kind of hard for you to believe because I feel like
Yeah.
the relationships between you and or a sibling is not all that great, but underneath it all, it's this person does not want things to change.
Okay.
Okay, um, and I feel like it's going to be very, very well. It's obvious it's going to be emotional tonight, but I'm being told to tell you to prepare for some really heartfelt talks before you leave.
Okay.
So this is about like they're going to be offering you words of encouragement. You're going to get the last chance. You don't have to do this, but you're also going to get the words of encouragement. And one parent, and I'm not exactly sure which one, is really going to be telling you really how proud they are of you for taking this step.
Okay.
Okay. And your grandparents, while you know again your grandma being very overprotective, is also very pleased about this because she feels that you've kind of been neglecting's too harsh of a word, but almost in a way ignoring one side of your family and not really getting
Yeah.
getting to know all of you.
100%.
Okay. um she's saying you need to prepare for a very emotional reunion with your mom, uh, the person you're going to live with, where this is going to be like she's going to be almost this is the best Christmas present I could ever have asked for, stuff like that. You're going to be getting
Yeah.
those types of messages from
Okay.
her. Now, a couple of things that that we need to bring about that your mom does have some habits that are questionable. Okay,
Yep.
and it's you have the opportunity to be like almost like a stabilizing factor in her life, kind of making it so that she doesn't feel like she's as alone as she thinks she is, or that she's really as separated from you that she thinks she is. And at the same time, you will be able to gently urge her to stop doing the things that are not in her best interest.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, Now I'm being told that there is a couple of job opportunities coming your way once you go where you're going, and you're going to be making at least or at almost double what you're making in your job now. So
Okay.
that there's going to be a lot more dollars coming your way, and you're going to be able to do things. Now, keep in mind that I don't know your living situation now, and I don't know if you have to pay rent at all with where you live, but understand that you will be paying rent and paying towards the household where you're going.
Okay.
Okay. Uh, I mean, you're not going to be charged like thousands of dollars or anything like that, but it's just like you're going to be you're going to be you're going to be asked to pitch in for food. You're going to be asked to pitch in for a bill here and there. Okay.
Okay.
Um, did we ever talk about your mom having dogs or whatever? Because I see you being surrounded by a lot of dogs where you're going.
We did. We
We
know
did.
we did not. I
We did
don't
not.
think we ever did. But I do know that she does have a lot of dogs.
Okay, because I see you've seen you being surrounded by dogs, and they're not little ones either. I feel like these
No
dogs are
big ones.
yeah.
They're big ones.
Um, I'm really seeing you being, at least for a while, a lot happier there
Okay.
than you are at home right now. Reason being, it's going to be something new. There's going to be new opportunities for you, things you're going to get to experience, things you're going to be opportunities and pathways that are going to open for you. And I'm being told that even there, you're going to meet someone that you're going to take quite a bit of an interest
Okay.
in. Okay. Um, Now, this doesn't mean you can just rush into it, but she's really going to feel the same. Okay, so this is someone you're going to get to develop a relationship with.
Okay.
Okay, this is
Awesome.
outside of like an old classmate or somebody or whatever that's going to try and reconnect with you and rekindle a friendship. This is something totally different. Um, Now, I don't know exactly what it is you're going to be doing for work there, but I'm being told you meeting this person is a result of you doing something for work. It's like some sort of work event you're going to meet this person at. Not that you work with the person.
Okay.
Okay. So, like, I'm not saying that this is actually going to happen this way, but think almost like meeting the boss's daughter type of a thing. Okay. I'm
Okay.
not saying you're going to. I'm just making it as an example that it's almost like you're going to be meeting the relative of somebody that works there, and then or a friend of somebody that works there, but because you're going to be at that place doing a job, you're going to meet someone that has the potential to turn into a relationship.
Okay.
Okay. And I keep seeing an A name. Okay. And I really feel like I want to say Ashley would be her name,
Okay.
but I could be wrong. So don't take that part as gospel. It's definitely an A name
Okay.
or an A sounding name. So uh, now I don't know if your biological mom is involved with anybody, but I keep seeing a man who smokes a lot.
He does smoke a lot, and he's also paralyzed from the waist down.
Okay. All
Stay with me. I'm in a meeting. Stay.
right. Yeah, because I keep seeing like the cigarettes. I keep seeing somebody who's just constantly smoking. Um, I mean, the obvious is he does need to protect his health, and somebody should probably start encouraging him to stop smoking. But barring that, you may be able to help him find other ways to handle his nicotine addiction.
Okay.
Okay, really, because he's putting himself almost in the danger zone, health wise. Okay, not that this is something you need to fix tomorrow, but keep it in mind.
Okay.
Okay, because once he hits that point of no return, then then it's all about making somebody comfortable.
Yeah.
So let's stop it before it gets there. Okay. Um. Huh. Okay. I'm being told that now I know that you are a religious person, a person of faith,
Yes.
and that you'll be continuing that when you get there. But I'm being told that through a church you're going to find there, or that your mom's going to take you to, or however you're going to find a church down there, you're going to actually have the opportunity to mentor a youth group.
Ooh.
So you'll be introduced to it. You're going to be talking to the people who run it, and they're going to ask you to kind of not necessarily manage it, but like to mentor kids in that youth group,
Okay.
kind of like an example to live up to.
Okay.
Okay, so don't be nervous. I think you're going to do great at it.
Now, question.
Yeah,
Is this spirits telling you anything about my music career by any chance?
not really. Although what I am being told is that your grandmother loves it when you play the guitar.
Oh,
Um,
funny thing is, right by me right now, the guitar.
um, and I hear your grandfather jokingly being like, "Turn down that racket."
Yep,
Um,
that's what he would do all the time.
uh, I can just tell you, and it's difficult to relay, but it's beautiful to see just the amount of love that's pouring out of them for you. It's like, again, it's like they have this pride and this love of you as if you were their kid.
Yeah.
Like grandma birthed you. Okay. That's what it is. So it's kind of like in her eyes, you can almost do no wrong. Your grandfather has a more practical view of things, but they really do make a good team as far as balancing you out and watching over you. Did you get some kind of pendant or something when your grandmother passed?
I got a picture of her, to my knowledge. That's all that I got,
That's all that you got. So there
to
was
my
no
knowledge.
jewelry or nothing else to remember her by.
Well, we did have her cookie jar,
Cookie jar. Okay.
so I'm not
Um.
sure if that could be it.
Okay. It's just strange because I don't know if this is something that she would normally wear, but the way it comes through is like I'm almost seeing like her wearing like almost a pin on her shirt. Like let's say she was wearing
Yep.
like a red blouse, she had like this pin on her shirt, and
Yeah,
I feel like
she
that
always did.
she always did. Okay, and then this would be something like she would give to you. I kind of feel like this is something that she would have given to you, or I should say, left for you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if somebody else has it, I mean, she's not making a big deal out of it. But the idea behind it was if you did have it, take it with you on your trip. And if you wanted to, kind of have a conversation with her, you can hold it in your hand and
Okay.
have a conversation. But if you have a picture, it'll do the same thing.
Okay.
Okay. So just know that they're going to be with you on this bus ride. You're not going to be able to see them, but I feel like you're going to be able to feel them. Grandmother's a riot. Make sure you go to the bathroom before you leave.
Yep. That was
Um,
her. That was her 100%.
uh, okay. I keep, and it's kind of funny because I don't think that this is your grandmother's name, but did your grandmother's name start with an E?
It did not.
It did not. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. Um, then your grandfather is making a joke that only I would get, so I'm not even gonna put it out there.
Wow.
Um, that's okay. So your grandfather's stepping forward a little bit more, and he's talking about like just kind of the person that he was before he passed on, like someone who was very very self-sufficient. He's someone that really didn't like things being done for him. He preferred to do
Yep.
things by himself. um, he did not like being waited on hand and foot. This is like, okay, if I, if even if your grandmother was already up in the kitchen and he wanted coffee, he would get up and would get himself a cup of coffee.
That was him until the last couple of months of his life.
um, Now, did they both have cancer, or did to just your grandfather? Because I feel like this is what, or at least one of them had something that went between the throat and the chest area, which could be breathing, communication,
Let's see. Grandmother did die from lung cancer
lung cancer. Okay,
from smoking.
from smoking. But I feel like your grandfather died in somewhat of a similar way, of something similar. Maybe not the exact same type of cancer, but I feel like he had some other health issue that either is or would be like cancer, or have the same effects when somebody has cancer.
Yeah, I'm not sure. All I know is that he had Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's. Okay. Okay. I feel like there's more to it than that because I feel like the body's shutting down, like organs shutting down.
Okay.
So to me, that's usually when I feel that there's usually something. There was either massive organ failure or that there was a
He
cancer that caused something.
did have massive organ failure to the point that he had to have a colostomy bag.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So I don't know if that could be what he's
That could be
trying
what
to
I'm
do.
feeling. Okay. Hi. Saying hi to the cat. He's
Hi, Stash.
um. Now I don't know if it was him or his dad, but I'm feeling like this would be somebody who I don't know, somebody who served in some sort of military fashion, whether this is the actual military, a cop, a fireman, something that required you to put on a uniform.
His dad.
His dad. Okay.
Yep.
So his dad's now coming through, and it's kind of one of those, um, like he comes through stern but caring. Like this is not one of those, you know, someone who's
Is
going to get
the
in your face and start.
sorry to wait, sorry to do this. I gotta actually go get my hair cut.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then, thank you for taking the time, and I will see you later.
Yep. See ya.
All right. Take care. All right, bye bye.